What if I told you a failed business idea became a $20 billion company? Duolingo didn't start as the language learning app we know today. The original business model completely failed. They had only 2 paying customers before shutting it down. But instead of giving up, the founders pivoted hard, doubled down on gamification, and built one of the most addictive products in tech history. Today, we're breaking down how Duolingo grew from 0 to 130 million monthly active users, generating over $1 billion in revenue, with 80% of users acquired through pure organic channels. This is the story of SEO, viral marketing, and a green owl that became more recognizable than most Fortune 500 logos. Let me take you back to 2009 at Carnegie Mellon University. Luis von Ahn, a Guatemalan-born computer scientist who had just sold reCAPTCHA to Google, was brainstorming with his PhD student Severin Hacker. Von Ahn had grown up in Guatemala City, witnessing extreme economic inequality. When he wanted to attend college in the US, he had to fly from Guatemala to El Salvador just to take the TOEFL exam, a process that cost $250 plus travel expenses. This personal struggle became the catalyst for Duolingo's mission. English changed our lives, von Ahn explained. In most countries in the world, knowledge of English can significantly increase income potential. But here's the twist. Their original business model wasn't about education at all. Before we dive into what they actually built, let me introduce myself. If we haven't met already, I'm the digital avatar of Marzook. While Marzook is helping clients increase their revenue with SEO and LLM SEO, I'm here to share Marzook's latest thoughts on SEO and marketing. Enjoy. Marzook will be reading all of the comments. Speaking of LLM SEO, we recently helped Pliability achieve an 845% increase in organic growth and over $600,000 in SEO attributable revenue. If you want similar results, check out the link in the description. Now back to Duolingo's origin story. The original 2009 vision wasn't just to teach languages, it was to monetize translation. They wanted users to translate the web while learning. Spanish speakers would translate Wikipedia articles into English while learning English, creating a revenue stream from crowdsourced translation services. Von Ahn created the Spanish course himself. Hacker was supposed to build the German course, but, and I quote, kind of flaked out and hired someone to finish it. So what happened to this brilliant translation business model? In October 2013, BuzzFeed became Duolingo's first translation client, announcing they would have Duolingo students translate BuzzFeed's best content into Spanish and French. Sounds promising, right? Wrong. The program never advanced beyond beta testing. It was discontinued within 2 years, with only 2 paying customers total between 2012 and 2014. 2 customers. The crowdsourced translation model was neither scalable nor engaging enough to work. Most users just wanted to learn languages, not work as translators. This failure forced a critical pivot that would define everything. They decided to focus entirely on creating the best gamified language learning experience. Forget monetizing translations. This decision changed everything. Severin Hacker's retention philosophy had 2 parts. Learning should be fun, and motivation should remain high. They applied game elements instead of classroom learning tools to create an addictive product. A 2012 study by American universities showed that just 34 hours of Duolingo was equivalent to a full semester of a college language course. They had built something genuinely effective that people actually wanted to use. Once they launched, the growth was absolutely explosive. Check out this timeline. October 2011 secured $3.3 million Series A led by Union Square Ventures. Investors included Tim Ferriss and Ashton Kutcher. November 30th, 2011, private beta launch with 6 languages. December 13th, 2011. Just 2 weeks later, the waiting list hit 100,000 people. Early 2012, the waiting list grew to over 300,000 before public launch. June 19th, 2012, public launch with 500,000 people on the waiting list. End of 2012, 1 million users within 1 year of public launch. November 2012, iPhone app launched. May 2013, Android app launched at 3 million users. July 2013, hit 5 million users and became the #1 free education app in Google Play Store. By the end of 2013, they had 10 million downloads. In 2014, they reached 25 million registered users with 12.5 million active users. They also launched the Duolingo English test that year, creating a crucial new revenue stream. By 2015, they had 100 million users worldwide with 120 million downloads that year alone. nearly 5 times growth. More people were using Duolingo to learn languages in the US than were enrolled in the entire public school system. The funding followed the growth. September 2012, $15 million, Series B led by New Enterprise Associates. February 2014, $20 million, Series C led by Kleiner Perkins. June 2015, $45 million Series D led by Google Capital at a $470 million valuation. Notice something? They were scaling fast, but they weren't burning cash on ads. This was organic, product-led growth fueled by an incredible user experience and smart SEO strategy. Which brings us to how they actually did it. And if you're enjoying this breakdown so far, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. It lets us know you're enjoying these deep dives and want us to keep making them. Duolingo's SEO strategy was deceptively simple but brilliantly executed. Learn Spanish, French lessons. First, they published landing pages for every supported language and course combination. Search Learn Spanish, Duolingo. French lessons, Duolingo. German for beginners, Duolingo. They owned the top rankings for virtually every high-intent language learning query. But it wasn't just about creating pages. They obsessively optimized metadata, ran constant A/B tests on keywords and titles, and crafted App Store descriptions that ensured they showed up for every relevant search term. They also invested heavily in technical SEO, site speed, mobile optimization, structured data markup. Remember, this was 2012 to 2015. Many companies were still treating mobile as an afterthought. They implemented topic clustering, creating web content that covered broad language learning interests and linking relevant lessons and courses together. This told Google that Duolingo had comprehensive authority on everything related to language learning. They also built a backlink strategy that was genius in its simplicity. Create a product so good that education platforms, media outlets, and influencers naturally want to link to you. High authority backlinks from universities, news sites, and educational resources drove massive ranking authority for both branded and non-branded terms. But here's where they really dominated: App Store optimization. They invested massively in ASO for both iOS and Android. Constant keyword iteration, metadata testing, competitive research to maintain the #1 spot in App Store education rankings. While competitors focused on either web or mobile, Duolingo mastered both simultaneously, creating a flywheel effect where web traffic drove app downloads and app success drove more brand searches. But SEO alone didn't create a $20 billion company. Duolingo's brand became synonymous with chaotic, meme-worthy social media. Their mascot, Duo the Owl, which is green specifically because Severin Hacker hates the color green, by the way, became a cultural icon. They leveraged viral memes, humor, and their mascot to create a cult-like following on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. This wasn't just engagement for engagement's sake. It drove organic reach and backlinks from diverse sources, which further boosted their SEO. They built a user-generated content machine. People shared their streaks, created challenges, and bragged about their progress. Every share was free marketing that fueled search traffic and conversions. They formed partnerships with pop stars, tied into major media moments like the Super Bowl and the Barbie movie, and created unexpected campaigns: Charlie XCX concerts, McDonald's collaborations. They even ran guerrilla stunts like Duo is Dead, and a public adoption campaign for the mascot that became major news stories and brought an avalanche of digital traffic. The result? Google Trends shows Duolingo now outpaces most competitors in organic interest even outside pure language search terms. Their brand name became the search term. This is the holy grail of SEO, when people search for your brand instead of the category. This synergy between SEO, ASO, and viral social created something rare. They built search everywhere momentum. Viral clips drove searches drove app store rankings, app success drove more media coverage drove more searches. It was a self-reinforcing cycle. But in mid-2018, they hit a wall. Daily active user growth was slowing to single digits year over year. For a company built on engagement, this was existential. They brought in Jorge Mazal as head of product, later CPO, to address the retention crisis. He introduced current user retention rate, or CURR, as their North Star metric. Instead of obsessing over new user acquisition, they focused on keeping existing users engaged. They implemented extensive A/B testing across everything, lesson reminders, onboarding copy, gamification features. They tuned the product relentlessly to maximize retention. The gamification got more sophisticated, competitive leagues where you could get promoted or relegated, streak freezes so you wouldn't lose your progress if you missed a day, achievement badges, XP boosters. These features sound simple, but they dramatically increased the DAU to MAU ratio. The streak feature alone became legendary, people setting alarms, doing lessons at midnight to maintain their streak. Some users have streaks over 2,000 days long. The results? Their DAU to MAU ratio climbed from around 20% a few years earlier to 37% by mid-2025. That's exceptional retention for a free app. This retention focus didn't just improve engagement, it improved SEO too. More engaged users meant more shares, more reviews, more backlinks, better App Store rankings. Then 2020 happened and everything accelerated. From March 11th to April 30th, 2020, Duolingo added 30 million new users, 67% more than the same period in 2019. In March 2020 alone, they saw a 101% increase in new users. They passed 500 million total users and surpassed 1 million paying subscribers. Total bookings hit $190.2 million, up 116% year over year. People stuck at home wanted to learn new skills, and Duolingo was perfectly positioned. On July 27th, 2021, they went public on NASDAQ under ticker Duol. They priced at $102 per share, above their increased range of $95 to $100, raising $520.8 million at a $3.7 billion valuation. The stock doubled within little more than a month. At IPO, they had 400 employees, $250.8 million in revenue, 9.6 million daily active users, but still a $60.1 million net loss. They were growing fast but not yet profitable. Watch what happened next. 2022, $369.7 million revenue, 47.3% growth, still a $59.57 million net loss. 2023, $531.11 million revenue, 43.7% growth, and here's the turning point, $16.07 million net income. First profitable year with 126.97% growth from the previous loss. 2024, $748.02 million revenue, 40.84% growth, $88.57 million net income, 451.28% profitability growth. Q2 2025, $252.3 million in revenue for the quarter alone, 41% year-over-year growth, $44.8 million net income. They're on track for over $1 billion in annual revenue for 2025. At their peak, market cap exceeded $20 billion, though it's currently around $13.5 billion as of October 2025. Duolingo saw that AI search wave is coming. By the way, before we get into how Duolingo adapted to AI search, quick reminder, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It really helps us continue creating content like this for you. As generative AI and LLMs started changing search behavior, Duolingo evolved their SEO playbook. They began optimizing all content for AI answers, FAQ-style formatting, conversational tone, semantic clarity. So their resources would be selected by ChatGPT, Gemini, Google's SGE, and Bing Copilot as authoritative answers. They repackage content in multiple formats: podcasts, videos, blog articles, short-form TikTok. This created maximum citation opportunities across AI platforms. They implemented regular updates and enhanced schema markup for improved AI comprehension. They created deep entity-based content covering people, languages, and cultural topics to train LLMs to surface Duolingo in generative answers. Real-time monitoring via tools like SEMrush and SimilarWeb confirmed they were getting approximately 46,000 visits from ChatGPT alone per month as of late 2025. With rising share, as generative AI replaces traditional search. But the real innovation was launching Duolingo Max, their AI-driven premium tier with features like Explain My Answer and Role Play. powered by GPT-4. This wasn't just optimizing for AI search, it was integrating AI into the product itself. They also used generative AI to accelerate content creation, 148 new courses in under 1 year, something that would have previously taken a decade. Lower content creation costs, higher margins, faster expansion into new markets. So what's the current state of Duolingo's SEO-driven empire? The numbers are staggering. 130.2 million monthly active users as of Q2 2025, 33% year-over-year growth, 47.7 million daily active users, 40% year-over-year growth, 10.9 million paid subscribers, 37% year-over-year growth, 73% gross margin, among the highest in edtech, over 24.97% of desktop visits from organic search, translating to 12.25 million monthly organic search arrivals. Historically, approximately 80% of users acquired through organic channels, SEO, ASO, virality, and word of mouth. That 80% organic acquisition rate is insane. Most companies pay heavily for every user. Duolingo built a machine that attracts users for free. Their combined SEO and LLM SEO strategy directly drove paid subscriber growth of over 40% year-over-year in 2025. LLM SEO is now a leading channel for new user acquisition in competitive markets. As organic search shifts to conversational AI answers, Duolingo's brand strength and optimized content position them as a prime recipient of AI-generated traffic. Lower acquisition costs, higher margins, faster growth, all from organic channels. So what can we learn from Duolingo's journey? First, failed business models aren't the end. They're often the beginning. Duolingo's translation model failed completely, but it forced them to build something better. Second, product-led growth combined with SEO creates a compounding advantage. Make something people love, optimize for discovery, and watch the flywheel spin. Third, retention matters more than acquisition. Their focus on keeping users engaged through gamification, streaks, and leagues improved every metric, including SEO. Fourth, organic channels scale better than paid. 80% organic acquisition means 80% of growth costs almost nothing. Fifth, brand personality drives SEO. Their viral mascot and chaotic marketing created backlinks, searches, and engagement that traditional SEO couldn't buy. And finally, early AI adoption wins. Their pivot to LLM SEO strategy and integration of AI features position them for the next era of search. Duolingo proved that with the right combination of product, SEO, and ASO, and adaptation, you can build a billion-dollar company through primarily organic growth. From a failed translation business to $1 billion in annual revenue and 130 million users, all built on SEO and ASO, gamification, and organic growth. Now, I promised you a free resource at the beginning of this video. My team has created a complete LLM visibility blueprint to help you capitalize on this shift before your competitors do. I've added the link at the top of the description. Request the resource from that link, and my team will email it to you within 5 to 10 minutes. We truly want 1,000 businesses to increase their revenue with LLM SEO using our free resources. Don't sleep on this. The early movers are going to dominate just like they did with traditional SEO back in 2003. Next, you should watch our complete 1-hour AI search SEO crash course to learn more about LLM SEO.